NBA Youngboy has finally spoken out about being released from jail. As Youngboy needed to get things straight, rumors were going around that he snitched out of jail and cheated on his girlfriend, as NBA Youngboy would start his IG Live speaking about his girlfriend's situation.
About the ones who I don't get. I done told y'all the situation. And I'm fucking know the situation. Yeah. Man, my house stayed. My motherfucking house stayed for the churn, man. Hey. I'm just out of that stage. I'm out of that stage of posting it. You want me to show every time I'm with him. It don't matter. Hey, it don't matter if a house full of hoes in this. Hey, I got churn running around these. Running around. And a couple of them having that minute with me. Man, I know you can't. Hey, I know you can't play me like that, but watch what you say. That camera on, man.
Where NBA Youngboy is saying that he can't be posting every girl that he's with, as he's only been released for over a week. But it's what happened next, where his live chat began spamming about the snitching allegations, where NBA Youngboy would begin speaking, saying that he doesn't have to lie and that his case was never actually dropped.
I ain't got to lie, man. Wrong number, man. Other than that, man, the rest of them trying to stay in my house, man. Stop playing, man. All the police are criminals. Everybody case drop but mine. What they tell you? Them busy got some modern day shit going on, man. Them ain't got no evidence on me, ain't got shit, but want to keep a pen down. And they whole mother law enforcement are criminals. I got way more shit on my mind every day than what you talking about, man. Man, give me some money.
As NBA Youngboy would continue rambling on about it, but it's very clear that he has heard the snitching allegations. These were originally called out by a rapper on No Jumper. It would be shared. Famous Richard says NBA Youngboy is working with the feds. From an Instagram post that reads, Youngboy is telling, this is third time getting released from the feds within 4 years on all new charges. On King David, you can't do 10 months of a 23-month sentence. My first offer was 5 years for a firearm that the police put on me. Youngboy is definitely police. He's also probably the reason Lil Durk is locked up, as this viral clip would then be attached of NBA Youngboy just walking around in prison.
It is.
As someone would reply to the tweet, honestly, I kind of believe it too. The timing, the energy, the way things are all playing out, it looks a little too convenient. It wouldn't be the first time that someone played both sides in this game. You never really know who's working with who. Gotta watch everything. To understand if NBA Youngboy truly snitched or not, it's important to just read the court files. NBA Youngboy, when getting released from jail, would show up to the courthouse at 9 a.m. A crazy Youngboy fan hacked into the court Zoom call and would begin yelling free Youngboy to the judge.
Free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case is already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB. Free YB.
Free YB.
With NBA Youngboy only standing outside of the door, he was able to hear the fan. He would walk in laughing and smiling. But as he walked into court, Youngboy had to sign a legal document which states that he does understand English and that his education consists of only the 8th grade school level, which if you've gotten past the 8th grade, leave a like on the video. But did you know there is a chance that Youngboy returns to jail? Just like he said in the IG Live, his case has not actually been dropped. His release description in the file read, on March 10th, 2021, Youngboy was arrested and charged with a count of firearm possession by a convicted felon, as well as possession of an unregistered firearm, as Youngboy was outside recording a music video with several friends, playing loud music and dancing on the hood of a car. He was doing this in a random neighborhood. A lady that lives on the street would end up calling the police as she was concerned, describing on the phone there is several men dancing around holding firearms and standing on the hood of a car. The police would end up immediately arriving to the scene. They would recognize Youngboy and begin sprinting at him, detaining him.
So yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, you up right now. I didn't do nothing. You could search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time, YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were going to go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held in a music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're going to face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws as applied to kids like NBA Youngboy from the hood are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good long look on what's going on there.
While YoungBoy was being placed in handcuffs, his cameraman attempted to delete the music video since he knew that YoungBoy couldn't be seen with a firearm. Unfortunately, the police confiscated the camera before it was deleted, resulting in the feds having video footage of YoungBoy holding firearms. In an attempt to free him from the firearm possession charge, his lawyers argued the police obtained the camera illegally, but it sadly didn't hold up in court. It would be announced YoungBoy has lost his appeal with the feds, and now the prosecutors can use footage of him holding firearms to convict him.
Update on NBA Youngboy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, you know what? We have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case.
Realizing that it wasn't going in YoungBoy's favor, he knew that he had to just sign a plea deal and move on. But just before the judge officially sentenced him, it would be announced, the judge gave YoungBoy a positive message about being robbed of his talent and potential due to his addiction, and wishes him the best of luck after he's out of prison.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have, if I could be excused.
You may.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
As with YoungBoy receiving 23 months behind bars for the crimes, it looked down for YoungBoy. However, his judge would announce just a few months later, I wrapped up YoungBoy's case. He got 23 months, but because of the way that we worked it out with credit in another case in Louisiana, he should be out in 3 to 4 months. As on March 3rd, Rich the Kid would end up interviewing with DJ Academics, where they both agreed YoungBoy would be released very soon.
Drake YB Dirk, right now. And I ain't gonna lie to you, because I was even looking at my Spotify like recap. Yo, I think hip hop is due, like, YB has to stay out of jail. Yo, we're thirsty for his. There's a
Get out in March, right?
yeah, it's
Nice, man.
more music with him.
Wait on it. Wait on it.
As NBA Youngboy would then be officially released only a week after the podcast was released. But sadly, he won't be free for too long. Did you know the police had a desperate attempt to keep Youngboy in jail? They would end up bringing up the passing of JD Youngin. As both of them being Louisiana natives, they claimed that JD Youngin was having a serious beef with Youngboy leading up to his passing, where the police would then investigate it, finding out that JD Youngin started the relationship with Youngboy, praising him in an interview.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like that's just gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever.
The two would then drop their collab song titled Up With Me, but the two eventually then had a falling out. This was a result of JayDaYoungan sharing a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song on Instagram, where NBA Youngboy responded in the comments, "Delete this right now. I don't even know how you got my song, and I don't mess around like that," where JayDaYoungan would defend himself and say that he wouldn't take disrespect.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
Where Jay would then put lyrics in his song 38K, which is about YoungBoy, where he would rap, "You put that comment on my post and they laughed about it, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me," where there would be then photos leaked to JayDaYoungan hanging out with one of YoungBoy's baby moms, but in return, YoungBoy tried to catch JayDaYoungan lacking in the street.
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh."
The feds weren't able to find concrete evidence relating YoungBoy to JayDaYoungan's passing, as their last hope of keeping NBA Youngboy inside of prison was mentioning his current out-of-state case. This got so bad the FBI even got involved, to which they staked out his Louisiana mansion just a couple of years ago, to which they found YoungBoy opening up his gate and driving out. The FBI followed NBA Youngboy getting onto the highway. This started a high-speed chase, to which the FBI told YoungBoy to pull his car over. In the beginning, he was actually complying. However, once the agent behind him pulled over and turned off his vehicle to get out, NBA Youngboy would flick his supercar back on and begin speeding right down the highway. He ran into plenty of traffic, making him go out into the regular streets out of an exit. Once NBA Youngboy got a gap between him and the feds, he would end up getting out of his vehicle and starting a foot chase, which wasn't a good idea for him, considering Youngboy was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and diamond chains. This wasn't gonna happen, as NBA Youngboy ended up hopping a fence and then sprinting through a fan's backyard. The fan caught Youngboy running away, grabbed his cell phone and began recording him, telling Youngboy to run faster. But sadly, NBA Youngboy would be swarmed by police and taken into a patrol car.
You wanna talk to us? Tell us what happened,
as soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this improperly if I haven't committed a crime or done that.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
Okay, no voluntary statement.
Hey, he's not willing to give a statement.
Any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement.
Okay.
I don't want to be in this.
These were very serious charges against YoungBoy, from high-speed racing, resisting arrest, and many more. The judge out of state didn't take it easy on him, but having millions of dollars got him the best lawyer in the game, as he would then receive a bond.
For YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied vary somewhat. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon.
Surprisingly, despite YoungBoy's extensive criminal history, he was actually able to attain a plea deal of just 23 months in this firearm case. But with the help of his lawyer, he's already out. But the feds, they're actively trying to place him back into prison for it, claiming that he didn't receive enough of a sentence to understand the crime that he committed.